Welcome to my channel Learning Values with Ayeshiki. Hi everyone, my name is Ayeshiki. So today is the 13th day of this series on how to speak in English fluently in just 30 days. So today I am going to read a story from this book, that is Finding Nemo. So let's begin with our story. And yes, I want to inform everyone that from our next videos, I am going to start another new stories on which I am going to read about Earth, from which we can know about Earth and also we can improve our English. Finding Nemo. Deep in the ocean off the coast of Australia, a clownfish named Marlin showed his wife, Coral, their new home. A cozy anemone perched on a steep cliff called the Drop-Off. So, you do like it, don't you? Shoo! You are going to wake the kids. Coral grazed a nearby grotto that was filled with hundreds of fish eggs. We still have to name them. I like Nemo. The happy couple played and teased each other, sharing their dreams of parenthood. As Marilyn watched, Coral swam outside, straight into the view of a hungry barracuda. Coral worried about the eggs edged towards the grotto. Marilyn tried to stop her. Coral, don't. They'll be fine. Just get inside. You right now. Coral broke for the grotto. The barracuda attacked Marilyn, tried to block the hungry fish, but was knocked against the cliff and everything went black. When he came to, there was only silence. Coral, Coral! The grotto was empty and Coral was gone. No! Then he saw it, a single egg, slightly damaged. Merlin crawled it, the egg in his fin. I promise I'll never let anything happen to you, Nemo. As time passed, Nemo grew into a happy young fish that was curious about everything. How old are sea turtles? His father smiled. Well, you know what? If I ever met a sea turtle, I'll ask him. Nemo longed for adventure, but Marlin, determined to protect him, barely let Nemo out of his sight. On Nemo's first day of school, Marlin panicked. When he had learned the class was going on a field trip to the drop-off. Swimming after them, he heard Nemo and his new friends daring each other to swim over the edge. Marlin called out to his son, Nemo, you know you can't swim well. I can swim fine, Dad. Okay. No, it's not okay. You know what? We'll start school in a year or two. Nemo growled at him. I hate you. In defiance, Nemo darted up towards a boat on the surface. His father yelled after him, Get back here! I said get back here now! As Nemo swam, a driver appeared behind him. Nemo screamed, Ah, Daddy, help me! Marlin tried to help but was blinded by a bright fish. It was the second driver taking pictures. The first driver pulled out a net back and caught Nemo. Then the two drivers returned to the boat and sped off, accidentally knocking one of their marks overboard. Marlin shouted as he chased after the boat, Nemo, Nemo, no, no! Marlin searched frantically. Has anybody seen a boat? Please. He bumped into a blue tank named Dory, who offered to help. Hey, I have seen a boat. It was this way. Follow me. When Marlin followed, Dory wheeled around. Stop following me, okay? What are you telling about? You're showing me which way the boat went. Dory shook her head sadly. I am so sorry. See, I suffered from a short-term memory loss. Figuring Dory would be of no help, Marlin turned to leave and found himself face to face with a shark. The shark bared his razor-like teeth and invited the two fish to get together with his friends. Merlin tried to decline, but Dory wouldn't hear of it. You mean like a party? Yeah, right, a party. What do you say? The shark took them to a sunken ship surrounded by floating sea mines. Inside were two other sharks, and together they recited a pledge. I am a nice shark, not a mindless eating machine. Fish are friends, not food. As they spoke, Merlin gazed up and saw a familiar object. It was the driver's mask. Merlin told the sharks what had happened to Nemo. The first shark, whose name was Bruce, couldn't help but felt sorry. Now there is a father looking in for his little boy. While Bruce sniffed, Merlin noticed writing on a mask. Could this be a clue to finding Nemo? Dory got excited. Well then, we got to find a fish that can read this. She grabbed the mask but bumped her nose, and Bruce got a whiff of blood. Oh, that's good. I'm having fish tonight. As his friends tried to stop him, Bruce chased Merlin and Dory through the ship. They escaped with the mask by logging to a torpedo in Bruce's mouth. Unfortunately, he split out the torpedo and it hit the surrounding sea mines. There was a Higgs explosion. Miles away, Nemo found himself in a fish tank at a dentist's office with a goofy gang of tropical fish. All of them had come for pet stores except for their leader, Guy. Like Nemo, Guy had grown up in the ocean and he had a damaged fin. From his attempts to escape the tank, the gang and their friend Sniggle, a pincan, amused themselves by watching the dentist work. Approaching the tank, the dentist showed Nemo a photo of Darla, his 7-year-old niece. She's gonna be here Friday to pick you up. You are her present. The fish gasped. Darla was a fish killer. That night, Nemo's new friends heard a ceremony at the tank burning volcano led by Blot, the blowfish. Nemo, you have been called 14th to summit of Mount Wanahokalugi to join us in the flannel bloods of tankhood. If you are able to swim through the ring of fire, a ring of bubbles shoot out and Nemo swam through, cheering the fish name called Sharkbait. Gil swam forward. Okay, Sharkbait's one of us now. Agreed. We are gonna get him out here. We are gonna help him escape. Gil explained. If they could jam the filter, the dentist would have to clean the tank when he put the fish in the plastic bags. They could escape by rolling out the window and into the harbor. The next day, Bill saw the dentist leave the room. That's your crew, Sharkbait. Swimming to the surface, Nemo leaped into the filter and wedged a pebble between the gears. The fan stopped, shutting down the filter. I got it, but as Nemo swam to escape, the pebbles came loose and the filter started up again, sucking Nemo towards the fan blades. Help me! Guile yelled. A plant from a tank flew and fed it into the filter. Sharkbait, grab hold of this. Nemo grabbed the tip of it and the gang pulled him to safety. Guile knew he could never risk Nemo's life again. No, we are done. Beneath the ocean, Merlin and Dory had survived the submarine explosion, but the driver's mask had fallen into a deep crevice. Swimming into the darkness, they saw a light. It was a lure on the antenna of a vicious anglerfish. As the hungry fish closed in, It lit up the sleepy floor. There was the mask. Suddenly Dory remembered she could read human. Madeline courageously held the light while she read, Peace Sermon, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Then Madeline cried out, Duck! The anglerfish crashed above them, wedging himself between the mask and the rock. Madeline breathed a sigh of relief. They were still alive. Escaping the crevice, Madeline and Dory spotted a school of moonfish. The moonfish liked Dory and entertained her with impressions of a lobster and the crippled ship. Even Madeline, when they asked her new friend, provided directions to Sydney. What you want to do is to follow the EAC, that's East Australian Current, that direction. Madeline and Dory headed for the EAC, but in their path was a forest of deadly jellyfish. Madeline made it through, but a jellyfish stung Dory and trapped her in its tentacles. Madeline pulled her out, but the stings had made him weak and tired. The last thing he saw was the silhouette of a giant sea turtle. When Madeline came to, he was lying on the sea turtle's shell. The turtle spoke. Dude, name's Crush. Okay, Crush, listen. I need to get to the East Australian Current, EAC. You're riding in, dude. Around them, hundreds of sea turtles rode a ribbon of blue. One of them, Crush's son Squid, was playing with Dory. When they finished playing, Madeline told Squid the story of his search for Nemo. I live on this reef, a long, long way from here, Squid told the story to a lobster. The lobster told a dolphin, and soon the news spread all the way to Sydney, where Nigel the pelican heard it. Nigel sped to the dentist's office to tell Nemo, Your dad been fighting the entire ocean looking for you, and the world is. He's headed this way right now to Sydney. My father, Madeline. Nigel nodded. That's it, Madeline, the little clownfish from the reef. Really? Inspired, Nemo grabbed a pebble and lidded it into the filter again. This time the pebble stuck, stopping the filter. Gil and others cheered. Sharkbait, you did it! Now the tank fish had to get the tank dirty so that the dentist would have to clean it. Outside Sydney, Madeline and Dory said goodbye to sea turtles and left the EAC. Despite Madeline's best efforts to stop her, Dory asked a whale for directions in whale talk. As the whale swam closer, hundreds of screaming shrimp raced past. Swim away, but it was too late. Madeline and Dory were swept into the whale's mouth. Madeline was upset. He had come too far to end his trip like this. Dory, meanwhile, remained optimistic. As the whale raised his tongue, she asked him what was going on. He says it's time to let go. Everything's gonna be alright. Madeline gulped and let go. The shoot down the whale's throat and up the spout. High into the air before them lay the skyline of Sydney. In the dentist's office, the tank's fish woke up Friday morning to a shocking sight. The tank was clean. The filter had been changed during the night, ruining their escape plan. To make matters worse, the dentist slipped a net into the water, capturing Nemo. Help me! Guile, thinking fast, charged into the net and shouted to Nemo, swim down. He did, pulling down the net, and they escaped. But as Nemo fled, he swam straight into a plastic bag the dentist was holding. As the dentist lifted him out, the office door slammed open with a crash. Darla had arrived. In Sydney Harbour, Madeline searched for the boat that took Nemo. Come on, Dory, we are gonna find it. Suddenly, a pelican drove from the sky and scooped them up in its beak. It landed on a pier and tried to swallow them. Madeline wedged himself in its throat. No, I didn't come this far to be breakfast, the pelican coughed. His friend Nigel came to help him, and out flopped the fish. Madeline gasped, I gotta find my son Nemo. Nigel grinned. Hey, I know where your son, But he wasn't the only one watching. A flock of hungry seagulls swallowed down to Madeline and Dory. Nigel rescued them and sped off towards the city. Everybody, hold on. The dentist meanwhile greeted Darla, but when he reached for the plastic bag, he saw Nemo inside, apparently dead. Nemo winkled and the gang cheered. He's gonna get flushed down the toilet. He's gonna get out here. But the dentist hurried to the trash can instead. Oh no, not the trash can, Nemo, no. There was a crash and Nigel came hurtling through the window with Madeline and Dory in his beak. Surprised, the dentist dropped the bag and it sprang a leak. Madeline peered out to Nigel's beak. He saw Nemo floating upside down in the blank. Nemo! Gotcha! The dentist grabbed Nigel's throat and closed his beak, trapping Madeline and Dory inside. Then they hurled Nigel out the window. Out with ya and stay out. Nemo looked up. Daddy, Daddy! But it was too late. His father was gone. Just then Darla reached for the bag and shook it. Gil called to the other, quick, to the top of Mount Wanahokalogi. The gang tilted the volcano and Guile swam inside. Ring of fire. Jacques the cleaner. Shrimp turned on the air bubbles and Guile shot from the tank, landing on Darla's head. She screamed, dropping Nemo onto a dental mirror. Gil drove onto the other end, flipping Nemo into the sink and drowned the drain. Tell your dad I said hi. Nigel, shut out of the office, returned to the harbour. He dropped Madeline and Dory into the water. I'm so sorry, truly I am. Nigel flew off and Madeline swam out to sea, leaving Dory. I'm going home now. As Madeline left, Nemo emerged from a nearby pipe. He spotted Dory swimming in circles. Are you all right? I think I lost somebody, but I can't remember. I'm Nemo, he told her. He was looking for someone too. They could look together. It wasn't until Dory saw the word Sydney on a pipe that she remembered who he was. Her eyes opened wide. Ah, you're Nemo. You know my father? Where is he? This way. He went this way, quick. They searched for Madeline, finding him in the nearby fishing grounds. A big net was dropped into the water. Look out! Madeline and Nemo escaped the net, but Dory wasn't so lucky. Help, help! Nemo thought of the net at the dentist's office. We have to let all the fish to swim down together. I can't do this. Madeline tried to stop him. No, I'm not going to lose you again. But watching Nemo, Madeline saw that his son had changed, and so had he. You're right, I know you can. Remo grinned at his father. Lucky Finn. Now go, hurry. As the net rose, Nemo swam up inside. We have to tell everybody too. Swim down together, swim down. It was Madeline just outside helping spread the word. The fish swam down. Little by little, the net stopped rising and began to move down. Finally, it broke off from the boat and unraveled. Dory and the others were free. But one fish was missing. On the ocean floor, Nemo lay trapped beneath the net. Marlin and Dory raced over and lifted the net, but Nemo didn't move. Marlin gasped, "Nemo, Nemo!" The little clownfish lay motionless. Then, after a moment, he coughed, "Daddy!" Marlin sighed, "Oh, thank goodness, Dad, I don't hate you." "Oh, no, I'm so sorry, Nemo." Nemo reached out and touched his father's fin. Marlin grinned. "Hey, guess what, sea turtles? I met one, and he was 150 years old." Several weeks later, Nemo was back home and ready for school. This time, so was Marlin. They raced to the bus stop when an exchange student waited with other kids. It was Screw-It. "I'm from the ESC, dude." 3 sharks passed by overhead. They parted to reveal Dory, thanks guys. Her friend Bruce grinned back, "Well, we'll see you next week." Dory swam beside Marlin and Nemo waved goodbye. "Bye, Dad." "Oh, wait, I forgot to say something." He swam back and hugged Marlin. "Love you, Dad." Marlin smiled. "Love you too, son. Now go have an adventure." So our story ends here. I hope everyone enjoyed this story. If you liked my today's video, then please like and comment my video. And also subscribe my channel to listen to more such stories and to follow all my videos regularly. And don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you.